Welcome to the Jeremy HEILD live stream. Now, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of you ain't going to want to hear, but that's just life. Ladies, there's no such thing, or should I say there are only a few men who want to marry somebody else's baby mother. A lot of you women who have children outside of wedlock are upset because of the fact that you want to have good choices in men after you have made bad choices with your life. You chose to have children outside of wedlock. You chose that even though you were fully aware of the fact of how complicated your life could become if you had children before you got married. So when we see a woman like you who already have children, we don't think of you as wifey material. We only see you as someone that we could possibly have sex with. Because to be honest, ladies, isn't that really all that you're good for now? Because most men do not want to take on the responsibility of raising other men's children. You chose to lay on your back. You chose to give up your womb. And a lot of you women have chosen to have children to try to keep men in your life. Keep a ninja babies or anchor babies. Like an anchor does a ship, it keeps a ship from going too far away once the anchor has been set into the ground. So some of you are so selfish and decided to have babies with men that you knew did not want you, but you refused to take a sensible path. No man owes you any type of sympathy or empathy because you decided to get knocked up by Pookie, Ray Ray, Nook Nook, Leroy, and the rest of them who possibly ran a train on you or a threesome. Now, the problem is, what you women are failing to understand is, children, although they are blessings, children are the most useless individuals in the household because a child cannot pay the mortgage or the rent or the car note or anything like that. Your children are absolutely useless because they are dependents. And that's not knocking the children. That's not saying anything bad. You are supposed to be useful to the child. A parent is supposed to be useful to the child. Do you understand? So when you bring another man's children into another man's life, they ain't nothing more but liabilities and burdens. Now I'm telling you something that you may not want to hear, but it's still the truth. You should have made better decisions. You're complaining right now that life is hard. You're saying that there are no good men out there just because they don't want to take care of somebody else's children. Let's talk about your mistakes. Let's talk about the fact that men can also say that they are hardly any good women because most of the women who may have been good already have 4 or 5 babies, 4 or 5 different baby daddies, already have pre-made families. Let's talk about that. Because if you were wiser, you would not have had these children. Nobody wants you except for sexual pleasure. And I'm just giving to you straight with no chaser. Because when we see women like you, and this is not bashing women, all this is my humble opinion. But when we see, once we see women like you, we just want to have sex with you, have a good time with you, string you along and let you go until we find the right woman who have no children, hopefully. If you are on the dating scene right now and you have children, the chances of you getting a man is slim to none. Unless that man already has his own children. But even then, some men rather not be with another woman who has children because of the potential disasters. You may have a crazy baby daddy, and if you don't, if you have what is worse, I hate to say it, but think about what I'm about to say. If your baby daddy is active in his child's life, what makes that worse to the other man is that he still has to deal with another man, okay? Even though he's with you, even though you may give him that old song and dance where you say, I don't want nothing to do with my child's biological father. I don't want to have nothing to do with my boyfriend, my ex, my baby daddy. He still is going to be calling you. He still is going to be texting you, if not just to still see if he can get with you or to check on the children, to make sure them children have school supplies and stuff like that, as he should. But no man wants to put himself in a situation where the woman that he is with is still dealing with another man. He would never have 100% of you. He will only have a fraction of you. He would not have a woman that he could say is truly his. So basically, if a man gets with a woman who already has children, and that man and those children biological father are active in that child's life or those children's life, there's two men in that relationship, almost like a poly relationship, but not. We want a woman that we can have completely to ourselves. And I'm gonna take it to another level that a lot of you are not gonna like. I'm a darker skinned black man, and this is not making any racist anything, but I'm a darker skinned black man. If I'm with a woman and I'm with her and she got a younger child, let's say about 10, 12, whatever, I get with her, and that child is light-skinned, and there's nothing wrong with being light-skinned, I'm not saying that. But every time I look at that child, I'm going to feel some type of way because that child does not reflect me at all. You understand? I can love the child if I want to play stepdaddy. You understand? What's that? What? Take on? That's right. I could do that. But you women may call me a butthole for saying that, but a man doesn't want to raise a child that he doesn't see himself in at all. God bless the child, okay? But we want something that resembles us. We don't want to have someone that has a unibrow and we don't. We want to have a child that we can raise, that we can invest in, that we can pour our soul into, that we can pour our wisdom into. Do you understand? Now, I know this sounds harsh, but ladies, you can take this as a warning. In other words, shut your legs. If you're going to open your legs, have enough common sense to use protection. It is your fault that you got pregnant. Even if the man that you with impregnated you, it is still your fault because you decided to carry the child full term. Even though I am against abortion, that's my personal belief. But I also believe that a woman has a choice to do whatever she want to do. Ain't got nothing to do with me. You chose to have that child. And you chose to sleep with the man who had piss poor character. It's not as if you didn't know that that man wasn't a good man. Majority of women know what type of men they're sleeping with. The majority of women sleep with and have children by men who already have children with other women, proving that they make bad decisions, proving that they have poor judgment. Nobody wants to come into a relationship. Let me just break it down like this. A lot of you women lie. You try to sell a dream or sell a bridge to a man. You'll say silly things like, you don't have to worry about my child if you're with me. I'll take care of my own child. You know, don't worry about that. My child is good. That's a trap. That's a lie. Because you know, as soon as y'all get into a relationship, as soon as you get into a relationship with somebody, you are going to be partially responsible for that little child. If a man gets with you, ladies, and you have nowhere that you can turn, when you have nowhere or no one you can talk to ask for money, to ask for any type of support, you're going to be looking at your boyfriend, your fiance, or the stepdaddy, and he's going to have to pitch in. Now, remember now, you done told the dude that you don't have to worry, he don't have to worry about anything, right? Because you're going to take care of him. This is one of the things that women use to trap men in these situations. Correct, Mr. Just King. Women don't have good intuition. They have it, but intuition is no match for poor judgment. Women have to know how to decide what to do. But the problem is, I keep it real here. A lot of women are stupid. And I'm not bashing them. A lot of women have no common sense. As my grandmother once said, common sense is a flower that does not bloom in everyone's garden. And that's true. That's true. Being a stepfather is one of the things that can stress a man out. A man can have a full set of hair. I mean, a man can have an afro. Get around your bad. I want to say that. Let me say it this way. Get around your children who have behavioral issues and go bald. So, women tend to say that men who do not want to take on the responsibilities of other men's children are bad men. What I want to say is, hold on. What I want to say is this right here. We're not bad men at all. We're not. There's nothing wrong with a man wanting to create his own family. Now, a lot of you women say these things here. Y'all say, men only want to have sex with me. That's all they want to have. They just want to have sex with me. I have children. They don't want nothing more but sex. It's because you have already proven yourself to be a sexual creature. You already had children. You already showed us that you cannot submit to your baby daddy. Why didn't you marry your baby daddy? You see, the elders used to always say, marry before you carry. Have children within wedlock. The reason why you are suffering is because of your refusal to listen to wisdom. And a lot of you women right now are refusing to listen to the wisdom that I'm speaking to you. You are rebellious. Rebelliousness in heart can never implant wisdom in the spirit. Now, a lot of you are still sleeping with men without protection, still taking risk of becoming a baby mama 4 times over, already got 3 kids, working on your 4th. Excuse me. All right. So, if a man takes on another man's child and pretends to put his last name on this woman's child that does not belong to him, the bad thing about that is, whenever that woman decides to leave that man, she is going to tear apart the bond that he has established with that child, breaking the child's heart and breaking that man's heart. It is not a good decision, gentlemen, to become a stepfather. You understand what I'm saying? So, women, you have put yourselves out there where you have to make yourself more valuable than the women who have absolutely no children. And a lot of you don't want to hear that. You know why? Because that means you will have to change your attitude. You are going to have to choose to be pleasant. The only way you're going to beat out women who have no children is that you are submissive and feminine to men, because your childless counterparts are going to win all the time. So it doesn't make sense to be a baby mother with multiple children or a child and still act ghetto, act ratchet, dress like a whore, promote indecency, live a lifestyle of promiscuity, don't want to cook, don't want to clean, don't want to practice any type of domestic skills whatsoever. So, women, unfortunately, you always have something bad to say about the men, saying it's the man's fault that we pregnant. No, it's your fault that you're pregnant. It's your fault that you had the child, because we are old enough now, majority of you, to understand that this happened more than none. That women get pregnant, that women become baby mamas, that women have multiple children by other men who don't stay with them. Now, we know that. So when you become a baby mother, it was all your fault. This world does not owe you any sympathy or empathy whatsoever. You have made your own lives hard and difficult. Right? Now, back to what I was saying. When a baby mother, when somebody else's baby mama wants to get into a relationship, thank you, CW Wings, for the $5 spot. I do appreciate that a lot. When a woman with children wants to get into a relationship with a man, you must understand that the odds are already against you. A lot of you women come to us men out of shape, overweight, never recovered from the baby fat. Hold on. There you go. You're out of shape. You're tattooed from head to toe. Some of you got grills like a guy. You already is in financial debt. You already need car repair money. You already in search of another job. You're having a hard time trying to cause your own children to behave properly. And then you bring these wild hyena heathens into a man's life and think that your vagina, your ability to perform in bed, is going to keep a man. You know how many vaginas is on the planet Earth? If you don't know, let me put you on some game. There's a vagina made every day. What do I mean? There's a child born every day. There's a person dying every day. Do you understand? That is one of the most consistent resources on this planet that will always be here. So you have to do more than that. Being a woman who is not careful with the man she is with while having sex makes her life difficult. And you make good men life difficult because you're bitter, because no one wants to take care of them bad ass children. Some of your children are not bad. Some of these children are well behaved to an extent, but even still, there's no real connection between a man and another man's child. A man should not have to adopt another man's child and say, hey, you're my kid. It is unfair, it is wrong for women to think that men should be obligated to take on someone else's seed. If you look at the world today, many women talk down on men who do not want to take over another man's responsibility, which is his children. Why should I want to raise your child or another man's child when I didn't get the opportunity to have the fun that he had to make the child? Meaning, he's the one who got to sleep with you to make this child. He has no responsibility whatsoever. I'm the sucker. He see his child all day and still want his child to call him daddy. He come have a little visit with the woman, child. He may be sleeping with the child. These are the things that will go through the mind of a man who is dating a woman who has an active baby daddy. You may swear up and down there's nothing going on, but that thought will always be in his mind. This is why a man cannot have peace with a woman who has children with another man. That's true. Women do outnumber men on this planet. That's true. But women have the most kids, it seems like, huh? Hold on. I agree. I definitely agree with that. That's kind of witty how you said that. If I didn't skeet it, I can't feed it. That's true. Gentlemen, do not let women make you believe that you're wrong because you don't want to take care of their children. Women, you have placed yourself, you are living in the consequences of your decision. You are reaping what you have sowed. We don't want women with children from other men. I don't care if you say he's my princess. I don't care if you say that that's my little king. No, what that child is a little bastard. That's what your child is. And that's not being profane or rude. Look up what the word bastard mean and you'll see all your kids there in the dictionary. But all jokes aside, a bastard is just an illegitimate child, a child that was had outside of wedlock. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. And how do you think men feel where every time we turn on Megan Thee Stallion says something about like we don't need men, you know what I mean? We want them, we don't mean. We get all these people talking bad about men. We get beat down by your negativity every week, every day. And then you turn around and want to bring us somebody else's child and expect us to just submit to you. We do not do that. That is not what we do. And we're not going to do it. So for all the men who've been getting talked about, for all the men who've been getting beat down by this feminist movement, don't fall for that, Jack. Most women who are baby mothers are difficult to get along with. Most women who are baby mothers are not good at co-parenting because they are used to running the household. They're used to being the final say in the house. So when a man gets in a relationship with a woman who already has a child, she is going to have a hard time relinquishing control and authority in that household to him to discipline that child, to direct that child. She'll be okay with him providing for the child, maybe every now and then giving that child a little bit of advice, putting clothes on that child, feeding that child. But when it comes to whooping that child, meaning disciplining that child, correcting that child, she may have a problem with the way that you discipline a child. You see, a man disciplines a child way different than a woman does, especially if you got a boy, a hard-headed, stubborn, long-haired boy. Those type of children need a strong man to discipline them. Women cannot do it correctly. Look at all the boys who have lost their lives through police brutality. A lot of them men, young men, boys, come from single parent household, mothers, thinking that they are raising these children in a feminine energy way. If they would have had their daddy there or someone who was like a daddy to them, they will still be breathing right now. But the problem is women hate the patriarchy. God created that. Men was here before women was. All the angels are shaped like men. Even in the Bible, God is referred to as a he, as a him. Masculinity was here before feminine energy. Get the likes up, everybody. If you're watching, get the likes up. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button for me. Don't be afraid to hit that super chat or that cash app or whatever it is. I survived a single mother, exactly. That's a great point, Chris Jet. The military helped me as well. Because you can have a father, but if he doesn't teach you things because he's too busy running the streets himself, you're missing out on stuff. The military will provide that father figure as a whole. What do I mean? I mean they provide structure. They provide discipline. They provide correction. You cannot make the same mistakes in the military world that you do in the civilian world. I've seen where people are late all the time. You can't get away with being late in the military. I'm telling you that right now. You will get punished. See, a man punishes his child. And the child punishment may come across as harsh to a woman because she is designed to be a nurturer. She's supposed to be the weaker vessel. Men are important. Men are damned important. But the way that y'all portray us is not respectful. So, Stop crying your tears because your life is hard. You already knew before you got knocked up that life was going to be hard when you had a child outside of marriage. Some of you women move so fast and so selfish that you don't even care about your children. You might say you care about them now, but when you was in the act of having sex, when you was in the act of having that child outside of marriage, you did not care about your children. Because a person who really cares about their children wants to give them the best opportunities that they can provide them. And when you come up and you have a child outside of wedlock, you are putting them in dangerous situations. You know how many kids are on drugs? Do you know how many kids are depressed? Studies have shown that the children's well-being can be destroyed if they are raised by a single parent mother. Most of the men that are in prison right now come from women who had children outside of wedlock. And I'm not talking bad about those gentlemen, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm not here to pander to you. I ain't fit to kiss your butt. I'm going to tell you what it is. Single mothers will always stay single. The only time they get married again, usually when they find a sucker, a beta male provider who has no experience, that has no real life experiences, whatnot. And I'm just being honest with you. Unless he already got children himself, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get what you already got my own children. And this is what women try to say sometimes too. I want someone to have children so they can understand my situation as a single parent. No. What you're doing is looking for a scapegoat. You need someone to help you. A lot of you ain't looking for love. You're looking for help. You ain't trying to stay in a man's heart or have a man stay in your heart. You're trying to stay at his house. Have a roof over your head. And for them little bad children you got. You know how much money it takes to raise a child? Now, if I'm going to spend some money on a dang child, it got to be mine. All right? I don't want to hear how bad you think I am. But you have destroyed your life. You are picking up the pieces of your life right now because you had children outside of wedlock or a child out of wedlock. You are in a bad position because you was ignorant. Not ignorant. Ignorant simply means that you had no idea about some type of knowledge. No, you were stupid. Stupid means you knew, but you decided to do it anyway. Yep. Thank you for saying that, Gary, because that brings me back to a point that I forgot. So let me go ahead and get into it. Because Gary actually brought that up. Thank you. I forgot about it. I'm going to talk about that. Thank you very, very, very much. All right. He talks about order and boundaries. Woo! Let me get into it, baby. The majority of baby mothers, the majority of women who have children outside of wedlock hate authority, hate rules, hate correction, hate to be told when they are wrong, hate to be submissive, hate to be feminine. And that personality is what got them in the situation that they are in now. No man can deal with some of these women who have children because they are hard-headed. Like my daddy say, stubborn like a mule. These women don't want to take correction. They don't want to hear wisdom. They don't want instruction. If you have that type of mindset, how do you think a good man, a decent man, a man of value, a man of substance, a man who have morals and character gonna want to be with you? See, every man who is a decent man wants a part of his heart and his soul to rub off on his offspring. He wants to take himself and mold that child's mind so he could be prepared for the world. He wants no outside interference, but when you have a baby daddy, because you out there sleeping with all these different men, that other baby daddy is interference. That boy, that child, that daughter will never 100% be able to connect to that stepdad. Because he got two role models. He got two men in his life. Exactly. Women must understand that once you have a child, your life is forever changed. I don't care if you give up the child for adoption, your life has changed. You're a mother. You can't change that. Even if you can either be two things, a good mother or a bad mother. You're still a mother. I don't care if you get an abortion. When they was able to get all them type of abortions, the fact that you got pregnant, the fact that you had a living life in your womb changed your life. The problem is women do not value life. You don't value life. If you did, you wouldn't be so comfortable with having abortions back when they was very accessible. Some women, oh, it ain't nothing, I just get an abortion, give me some money. If you cannot value life, an innocent life, how can you value the man who steps in who wants to be the stepfather? Good evening, Dilio 7 Tradesman. You drink that drink, the truth come out. Trying to think, man. So ladies, when you have children, now there's some of you who watch my show that are women that do not, I don't know, hopefully don't have any children. You better listen to me. Because as soon as you have a child, your life is different. No real man is going to want you. Let me put it to you like this. Presidents of multi-million-dollar companies, the president of the United States, any successful man, if he's childless, is not going to look for a woman who has a child. He'll just sleep with her. Because that's really all that you're good for. And I'm not saying that to bash you, but a lot of times that is exactly what you're good for. When we see a woman who has children already, we are not attracted to you in a way that we want to make you our wife or anything. We don't want to be your husband. We don't want that. When I see a woman who has a child, you know what I think? Here comes another scammer. Here comes another scammer, a hustler. All baby mamas, in my personal opinion, who have children outside of wedlock ain't nothing more than users, deceivers, manipulators, scammers, con artists. Because now they got to find, not love, they got to find a way to survive. Women who have children outside of wedlock are in survival mode. They don't abandon the luxury of just looking for love. They have to look for a Mr. Fix-It, a handyman. They have to look for someone that's going to provide. They don't care about personality. All they care about, can they control the man who can provide for them at that point, because they need a provider. Now, even women, excuse me. Now, I'll let y'all know. Y'all see me do this right here? When I do stuff like that, these ticks. I had an accident happen to me when I was in the military, and every now and then it gets aggravated. You may see a lot of videos of me doing that, then you may see some videos where I don't do it. Only way to stop it to get some kind of brain surgery, and I'm not doing that, Jack. So, hey. Also, let me tell you like this, y'all, before I go any further. I have to change the way I'm doing my live streams. I'm going to tell you why. Because there have been several people who have come on my show that I try to help. Allow them to give shout out about their own channels. Let them get on here on my live stream. They don't invite me on their live stream. I've had people who have taken clips of where they was on my live stream and put it on their channels and don't give me no credit, no recognition, just a random guy as if I was a guest on their show. I have had a very popular YouTube content creator take my shit, take my stuff, thumbnails and everything, quote words, sentences I say verbatim. Okay? So this is what the rules is. No more promoting your show on my show without you talking to me first. Stay out the comments, stay out the live streams with that stuff, because I'm not going to permit it no more. There are only going to be certain days where I have live guests on my show, and it's going to probably be weekdays. Oh, before I say anything further, this is not me. I have a frequent guest who come on all the time, Cap. I'm not talking about him. He's a good dude, a decent dude. I never had a problem with him. But the rule still applies to him and everybody else because of a few have messed it up. Now, I worked hard to make this show. Okay? So you're not going to use me to build up your content without showing some type of respect or gratitude. If you have a live stream, you're going to put me on there as well. Period. You're not going to come over here and milk off what I worked off. Well, I work hard to do this stuff. So if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe now and dip the hell out of here. I don't care. I work hard. I'm a grown man. So what I'm doing, I'm using military structure. I'm putting new structure in how I do my live streams. Some days I want to have a disagreement. If you want to disagree with anything I say, you will have time to do that. If you want to contribute to this show, you will have time to do that. Now, let's get back to what I was saying. I had to think before I said it. Now, back to women who have all these children. When we see a woman like you, most men, when we see women who have children outside of wedlock, we do not respect you. I know it's going to hurt. Today's going to be a brutal show today, but it's going to be an honest show. We don't respect a lot of baby mamas. Why? Because you didn't respect yourselves. I would never respect a woman who has over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 baby daddies. You can't give me that I was young and I made a mistake. No, we all was young. Everyone who grows into maturity and become a grown man, grown woman was young at one time. So how come they all didn't get the same problems that you had or make the same decisions? A lot of baby mamas don't want to be responsible. They don't want to take accountability for the actions that they do. They don't want to talk about that. When you become a baby mama, you have lessened your value on the dating market. When you are a baby mother, you made yourself unavailable, because a lot of baby mamas are emotionally unavailable anyway because they're always stressed out. They're always trying to find a way to pay a bill. They're always trying to find a way to get to the next level. They can't focus on a relationship. You're just there. You may bring pleasure. They may like you. They may have an emotional attachment to you, but they don't love you. They love their child, and they most likely will still have an attachment to their baby daddy. Do you want to put yourself in that situation? So, I know a lot of women gonna hate what I'm saying, but I'm telling you the truth, man. We do not want women with children. When you have children outside of wedlock, you are a disgrace. I'm telling you what your preacher's supposed to tell you. You know, the one that you go to church at and you sit on the second or third pew and y'all singing hymns and stuff like that. You know what I mean? God got America with my name on it and all that stuff. Now, how come he ain't teaching you about not having children outside of wedlock? There was a time that was considered to be indecent. See, this generation don't understand shame. Back in the day, having children outside of wedlock was considered to be shameful. So back in the day now, most women might just have one baby daddy. But now they ain't got to the point, now they have 6,000. Chris Jett, I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna be 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th in the relationship. It depends who all in her life. Because sometimes, brother, they have their mamas, they have the mother-in-law, the father-in-law. They telling you how to be in a relationship, telling them how to be in a relationship with you, and try to teach them how to maintain a relationship with the baby daddy. No. This ain't light. No, I see light. A baby mother, another man's baby mama will stress you out. Another man's baby mama will make you have gray hairs. Another man's baby mama can put your life in danger, because there are baby daddies who will murk you and end your life behind their child, not because you're doing something wrong to them, but because they don't want another man by them. We see it on the news all the time. I'm sorry. As a black man talking to other black men, and as a black man addressing other black women, I'm trying to give you something to help you. And help you understand, for one thing, why men don't want you. Black women, in particular, my most humble opinion, I'm not picking on any race of people. This applies to all race of people. But I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all ain't good for nothing really now except for sex. Good luck trying to find a man gonna marry you. Ain't nobody trying to marry no woman that got kids with another man. I'm just keeping it real. Every baby mama that I ever ran across has a bad attitude. Every baby mama I done came across is selfish, self-centered, argumentative, not pleasant to be around at all whatsoever. Always thinking about themselves, always thinking about the baby. You will never come first in their life. Never. All you young men out there, you better listen to what the hell I'm saying to you. You will never come first. You will always be the puppet. You will always be the sucker. You will always be the simp. Even though you're a good guy, these type of women do not appreciate men like you. You are a stepping stone into another lifestyle. You are the stepping stone or the bridge to take them out the hood into the suburban area. It is a terrible decision to make a woman who is a baby mama into a suburbanite. You are effing up. You're making a bad mistake. Because now they can take half your stuff. That's a great point, Mr. Derek. Steve Harvey, Russell Wilson, and all these other suckers. They are treated like trash by their children. I have a friend right now, and he has children, and he also has a woman with children. Both of them got children from other people, and he catch hell from his new woman's children. They treat him like he ain't even in the house. Talk to him like he, have added. I'm been there, I seen it. And he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Children will never fully accept you when the active baby daddy is in their life. They will never really respect you. The only way they will respect you, gentlemen, is if that baby daddy is horrible and terrible. But if he has some halfway decency about him, you out of there. You are out of there. So I had to take a hit of that Cuba Maduro. It's an acid leaf cigar. Very good, especially with scotch. But let me put some more of y'all up here. So I take up for the men. I defend men. This is not one of them shows. I had a woman try to email me some BS talking about, why are you always talking about the men? Because this is what I do. You have had enough shows where you bash men. You had enough shows where you blame men. We're talking about you now. The reason why our communities are in the shape that is in is because the woman does not understand her place anymore. The woman don't respect herself no more. How can a woman respect you when she don't respect herself? What's that song, Pound Town, where the woman say, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. A lot of women today have mindsets of trash. I would never go to a baby shower or encourage anyone to go to a baby shower of an unwed mother. A lot of y'all have baby showers, 3 or 4 different baby showers, because you got pregnant by 3 or 4 different men. Ladies, I don't hate you. Ladies, I don't hate you. I love black women. I have no problem with any woman. I love all women. I know my delivery sometimes is harsh, but you got to get past my delivery. You got to start paying attention to the message. I love y'all. That's why I say what I say. And I'm well off. I mean, I like making money on YouTube, whatever, but at the same time, I'm well off. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that I'm making millions of dollars here. I really care about this community. I care about people as a whole. But the thing is, you're not getting the right teachings no more. No one's teaching you, women, how to be women. All they're doing is teaching you how to be whores. The whore culture. You're just learning how to be a thought. You're learning how to be ratchet. You're not learning how to be decent. You're not learning how to be respectful. You're not learning how to be loving. You're not learning how to be caring. You're not learning how to be compliant, submissive, agreeable. You're learning how to be rebellious by bitter women and by sucker men who want to make money off of you by telling you everything that you want to hear. Steve Harvey. And y'all are foolish women for that. Now that was needed and that was delicious. Now, why would you listen to a man who has been married and divorced 2 or 3 times? Steve Harvey. Why would you listen to a dummy who he can't control his own daughter? Steve Harvey. Why would you listen to a man whose daughter has slept with so many men that many of you can tell me who she slept with? Steve Harvey. You know why they do that? Because Steve Harvey and men like him tell them things that they love. I don't tell you that. I tell you the truth. And as long as I live and breathe, I will continue to tell you the truth. There is nothing honorable about being a whore who has a child outside of wedlock. Anytime, any woman, I want you to hear this very clearly. I know this is going to sting. I know it's going to feel like someone drug you across a bunch of razors and then pour salt and bleach on the wound. But every woman who have had a child outside of wedlock had it because she was being a whore. Every woman who has had and is having a child outside of wedlock is having it because they have lived a lifestyle of a whore. You are supposed to have children and marriage, or at least try to get married. A lot of you women are having children and there's no discussions about being married. Am I wrong? What up, Johnny King? The only way we can fix this situation is when we address the issue. There are a lot of women who get mad at men for correcting them, but they won't listen to women. It is the man's job to correct women anyway when they get out of line. Women are supposed to teach them how to be good women for men, but it's the man's job to correct them when they are with the man when they are doing wrong. I know you don't like that traditional way of thinking. I know you don't like the patriarchy, but I represent the patriarchy entirely, 100%. And as long as I breathe, I will always believe in it. This world, by God's permission, was built by men, not by women. I was in the military. I went to war. I went to Afghanistan. You know who I saw go out there to fight when it was hot? Men. I ain't see none of these women. None of these women talking about, hey, we have equal rights. Okay, then. We all have equal rights to die. We all have the equal right to take a bullet for the country. Where are they at then? In the background up there buying toilet paper for the men who going out there. Man, come on, man. That's a good question. Let me address that. Let me take a sip of water. Deborah, first let me say this. Would you like to come on here? I wasn't going to do any guests, but if you come on here, I won't go off on you. We can have a good conversation, and I will answer your question. I'm waiting for you to respond before I answer this question, because that's a very valid question. Deborah. Do you want to come on here? Hold on, I'll give you a way to get on there. Deborah, look at that on the screen. If you want to talk, you have to email that address. I wasn't going to do that at first, but I'll help you with that. I will help you. Now, I ain't going to wait all day for you. Now, if you're going to get on here and we can talk, I'll answer your question. And I'm not going to bash you, but I will help you. Answer in the comments if you want to talk about your question, Deborah Adams. I'm waiting for you, Deborah. It says, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Now, okay, cool. Are you going to come on the show? If you have sent me an email, Deborah Adams, let me know. Oh, not now? Okay, cool. All right, then. A lot of people are camera shy. People are afraid. That's cool. I'll get back to what I'm saying. To answer your question, though. 1 second. I'm going to answer her question. This was the question that she asked. What if a woman had a child in wedlock, but she divorced him because he was abusing her and cheating on her? Your value is still the same. You don't have really a whole lot of value on the dating scene. Men don't care about whatever the situation was that caused you to be a baby mama or a single parent. We don't care. It's unfortunate. Excuse me, I'm trying to take this out. It's getting hot in here. It's unfortunate that you went through that while you had a child. It's very unfortunate. But when a man is dating and looking for a woman, we don't care about the circumstances that made you into a baby mother. We don't. That's just the truth of it. Okay. Unfortunately, you chose wrong, or you chose the wrong person. But most of the time, women already know the type of man they're with. Let me ask you this, Deborah. Was he already abusive before you got with him? Because abusive men always have red flags before they get with a woman. Like I told you, I'm not going to pander to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Men do not care why you are a baby mother. We just know, and we just care about the fact that you are a baby mother. Unfortunately, what you have to do, Deborah Adams, is to be the best feminine version of yourself to get a good man. If you don't become a feminine woman and understand that you have a handicap now, a handicap, because other women are going to beat you out unless you treat them better than them other women. If you're a hard-headed Deborah, if you're stubborn and they see in you what they see in these other women who are also argumentative and hard-headed and stubborn, having a child is going to be a strike against you. They're not going to want you. They're just going to beat it up real good, skeet all in your face or whatever they're going to do, whatever y'all into. Maybe have you eat his booty. I'm just being honest with you. Whatever y'all do. But he's not going to take you seriously because like you're not treating him right. Men are attracted to feminine women. Femininity. That's the only thing you got to save you is if you become feminine. If you are a feminine woman, it will help you find a man. But if you are still a disagreeable woman, an argumentative woman, a woman who only cares about herself, an argumentative, always disagreeing, always finding faults and flaws with a man, they're not going to look at you as someone valuable. The only way you fix that is to be feminine. Did I answer your question, Deborah Adams? Are you still there? If so, let me know. Get the likes up, everybody. Hit the like button. If you like this content, I have a lot of people who ain't even subscribed who are watching this. Hit the like button. Support your man. Support a black man. Support any man who's doing good or trying to be better. Any questions out there for anybody? I'm about to shut it down. Any questions before I shut it down? Just waiting before I close it down. Any questions? I'm gonna give you a few minutes before I shut it down. I was gonna go on to 30 minutes, but I'm feeling all right now. Also, how y'all think? What do y'all think about this music I'm playing? You know I love jazz. I got some piano jazz right now. So let's see what y'all think about it. All right, y'all. I'm about to shut it down. I ain't heard nothing else. Thank y'all for attending and commenting and all the love and the support that y'all showed me. I want y'all to know that I'm very thankful for it. But like I said, calming. What the fuck? What do you mean by calming? I don't get that shit. But anyway, again, Everybody who try to mess me over, I say mess me over. If you go on my show, I'm not going to let you promote your channel no more. If you're not going to promote mine, you can't come on my live stream promoting anything if you're not going to put me on your live stream. And like I said before, there's been a gentleman who has actually took a clip of myself, put on his own channel, and made it seem like I was a guest on. I don't mind being a guest on your show. I don't care. But he made it seem like that I was just on his show, and then he didn't give me no recognition, none of that. And I brought him on. It's like I had like maybe 4 or 5 people on my show since I've done the live streams, and I let him go ahead and promote his show, everything like that, because I'm a good dude. I'm a good dude, man. Real talk. And I had people try to say I'm gonna I want you to come on my show. Then when the time happens, they don't talk. I mean, it's crazy, man. So now there's gonna be restrictions. Do not come on my show promoting your channels. Do not come on my show if you're not gonna let me be on your show too. Because if I'm trying to build your show out of love for another black man or black woman or whatever, and then you don't want to show that same thing, you don't reciprocate that, I'm not allowing that no more. Sorry. If you do it in the comments, I will kick you out. Sorry, man. But not sorry. I try to be a good dude, but hey, you want to take advantage of my kindness? Cool. All right, then. All of y'all have a good day. And I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon. Thank y'all for tuning in to the live stream. Y'all have a good one now. All right?